What's poppin', savvy investors? It's your man's Dex back here with another quick video. I'm taking me a little night walk through my apartment complex, and I was waiting to drop this one tomorrow, but I'm gonna go ahead and drop it tonight. In this video, as you can see what the title says, is what type of list you want to build in real estate. All right, I'm gonna get right to it. Like, this is not gonna be long, drawn out, too complicated, or anything like that. First thing coming to mind when I think about what kind of list I want to build is uniqueness. How unique is my list? I don't want a list, so I start thinking about the stuff I don't want. Right? I don't want a list that's been beat up too much. When I say beat up, I don't want a list that's been called a lot. Called or text or just kind of like what foreclosures are. Anybody that's worked foreclosures, you do, like, foreclosures are probably some of the most beat up leads you can get, right? And I do work foreclosures, don't get me wrong. I just work them a little more direct, but this video not about that. So that's number one. I want to make sure the lead is not too beat up, as far as or the list is not too beat up, right? Number two, I would say, is outside of the list not being beat up, how accessible is that list to me? Like, how did I get that list? Was it a list that I bought? Was it a list that I built myself? Was it a list that I got off PropStream? Maybe you built it yourself, but maybe the filters that you use aren't that unique. Let me get back in some light. Maybe those filters you use aren't that unique. So that's the second thing I'm looking at. So realistically, I would put those two together and go to making my list. And like I said, like I started with, I would say the best list to make is a unique list. I get my best results from unique lists. And that's when that's for my vending business, that's for my real estate business, that's for the overage business, right? So, particularly speaking for the real estate business, a unique list would be a combination of driving for dollar leads, referrals, door knocking leads, which kind of go hand in hand with driving for dollars, but that's gonna be another video. I'll talk to y'all about that. What else I would say? A list that we kind of generate through the land record site. That's a huge one, our local land record site. I'll also be dropping a video on that. I'll give y'all a little tidbit on it though. The land record site has a lot of power on it, right? You can go on the land record site and you can search. It's hundreds of categories. It literally does the same thing that PropStream does, except the data is a lot more up to date. And it's data that's entered by your local government, your local clerk's office or your local land records officer. So on this site, whatever it may be, whatever county you may be in rather, you'd be able to search less pendants. For those of you that don't know what less pendants is properties that have problems, but they don't have a lien just yet. They're headed to the lien direction. It's kind of like pre-foreclosures for liens, less pendants. That's kind of how I look at it. So when you go on these land record sites and you build out these unique lists, I combine those lists with tons of different other list building strategies that I use, right? Like the driving for dollars, the door knocking, the referrals, the land record site. And my list is, I would say, my average list probably is 75 to 100. And you're like, wow, how you like running an efficient business with only 75 to 100. Well, again, for me, the way I work my leads, 75 to 100 is just perfect because I dive into my leads. You know, I don't really cast a huge net when I'm in this whole real estate space, especially for wholesaling. I don't cast a huge net. I cast a more solid net to rake in certain things that I want to rake in. That's how I see it. So yeah, my number one list building tip would simply be make sure your list is unique. I'll be dropping a video on driving for dollars and another one on skip tracing for 100%. Oh, I lost my buds. Wait a minute. Lost my buds. All right, wait a minute. We almost back. We back. Yeah, I'll be putting out a video about 100% free skip tracing, and it's skip tracing that you guys all know about. I think the only thing is you guys may not use it to its fullest potential. So yeah, man, any questions, comments y'all have, put them in the comment section below. I appreciate y'all for subscribing. Hope y'all like this video. If there's anything I didn't answer, like I said, just go right below in the comments and let me know. But that is the only way I build my list. Literally, I've never bought a list. I'll never buy a list probably. You know, my list is 100% unique from number 1 down to 100. So yeah, that's what I got for you. Make sure those lists unique. And on the next videos, we'll talk about how to dive into those lists. I appreciate y'all for checking me out. It's the Savvy Investor Dex. I'm out of here. Y'all stay savvy. Like, subscribe, share, and I'm out this thing.